ladies. We are here. This is our weight loss question and answer. And look at this adorable little baby.
We have Noah here for just momentarily.
Oh my gosh, that face. He's got that little serious look.
Oh, now Dad's here to take him. So.
Perfect timing. So he was like the little, if you get in at the very first minute, bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
So it looks like we have a couple people with us. We were wanting to make sure that our technology was cooperating. So let's see if everybody can see us and hear us. Looks like we have some people on. We have Tiffany who's joining us today as our assistant. And so if you have questions or issues, Tiffany is here in the comments.
All right. So we have Barbara here from North Carolina. Peggy's here. Joanne, Miranda from the UK. Miranda, thank you for making it. Thanks for staying up for us.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes. Okay. So as you are joining us, what we would love for you to do is tell us where you're from and tell us your favorite thing about fall. Tell us your favorite thing about fall and where you're from. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump in because we have a jam-packed video for you. We had so many good questions.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So this is the conclusion to what was an incredible Jumpstart challenge. So thank you so much to all of you. We had over 3,000 women participate in the challenge, which is just, I have chills right now. You can see my arms. I have chills. We are so excited. This was a brand new challenge that we've never offered before. If you have friends that want to do the challenge, it's something that will be available ongoing. You can go back and do the lessons, but to do it all together as a group, this was the first time. So it was so amazing. Tons of great weight loss. We had women talking about today, like they lost 2 pounds, they lost 4.6 pounds, they lost 5 pounds, 1 pound, half a pound. Just really amazing results. And we are so inspired by you guys, excited for you guys. And we want to remind you of why you're doing this. You know, we know that a week, what's going to happen in a week, but what we're hoping is that will give you the kickstart to keep going with your weight loss. And we know that it's not easy, that there will be challenging times, but we would love for you to think about what life will be like for you at your goal weight. And I know when I was 100 pounds heavier, sometimes I almost just didn't even want to think about it because it seemed too good to be true. But I am sitting here today 100 pounds lighter. Becky's 100 pounds lighter. And we're telling you, I want you to think about it because you can do this. You absolutely can do this. You can get to your goal weight. You can stay there. You can maintain it for the rest of your life. It's not easy, but it is absolutely possible. And think for a little bit about what that would mean for you. Would that mean being able to go to the doctor's office and not worry about weighing in? Would it mean being able to get down on the floor and play with your grandkids and then be able to get back up again? Would it mean your knees are healthier? Would it mean, you can buy clothes in a size that you want to buy? What would that mean for you? Now, we've got some circles behind us tonight. Those are our Faithful Finish Lines 2.0 members. And somebody had asked, is this your prayer wall? It is. It really is. Becky and I pray for our members on a regular basis. So Tiffany's going to put the link in the comments. We would love to have you join us in our Faithful Finish Lines 2.0 membership. It's truly a fantastic program. We have 10 stages that guide you through your weight loss. We've had a number of women already join us. Sandra's joined us. Deanna's joined us. Mary, Karen, Jackie, Carol, Rihanna, Karen, Kathleen, Rochelle, Sue. That's just in the last few days. We've had those women join with several hundred women who are already part of the program. And we would love to have you come and be a part of our program tonight too. So a quick overview of what the next few minutes are going to look like. First of all, we have 3 questions that came up over and over during the Jumpstart Challenge. So we're going to for sure address those because we think those are some biggies. We've got a really fun giveaway in there for an Amazon gift card. So that's going to be coming up. And then we've got an exclusive bonus. We've never done this before, so we want you guys to try this out with us. We have a bonus that we are going to be offering that we're just really excited about. And then at the very end, we're going to do some rapid fire weight loss questions. If you haven't seen us do this before, this is a lot of fun. We're going to do 10 questions in 10 minutes. So we're going to get tons of information, tons of great for you, answers for you. And that's all going to be in a short amount of time. That's at the very end of this video. So, okay, in the comments, what we would love for you to do now, hopefully you told us where you're from and your favorite part about fall. Tell us, did you complete the Jumpstart challenge? And if you did, how much weight did you lose? So as we're answering this next question.
Yes. And so we've got tons of people who love the leaves changing, which is beautiful. Nora asked when the program starts. It starts now, Nora. It starts the second you join. You have access to stage 1. It's a go at your own pace program. And so we're all in a support group. We guide you through it all, but you go at your own pace through the lessons, and you jump in when you have questions and stuff. So you can start whenever you want to.
Yeah, you join tonight, you start tonight.
Exactly.
Start tomorrow, you can get going right away.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to go to question number 1 that we had as you're answering in the comments, how much weight you lost in the Jumpstart. So here's the question. And this one is anonymous. I didn't do the name. It says, I'm ashamed to admit I'm a binge eater and a boredom eater. I've gained 18 pounds since COVID too. I've failed so many times and I just don't know if I have it in me to try again.
So first of all, I'm so sorry you're feeling ashamed. You are certainly not alone in that, but I do want to encourage you that shame should not be a part of this for you. In our program, we talk a lot on guilt versus shame because it's such a common subject. So guilt can be a really great gift from God to help guide and direct our behavior. But that's the thing about guilt. It looks at our behavior and it says that was a good choice or that was a bad choice, and that's it. Shame, on the other hand, is from the enemy. It looks at your behavior and it labels your identity as good and bad. And that is not from God. Your identity is in Christ and that is unchangeable. But like we said, this is a really common struggle. And so we talk about this in our program all the time. And the foundation of our program is this process called trading guilt for grace. And so many of the women in our program were regular binge eaters before. And they talk about how they might still overeat from time to time, but they can't even remember the last time they binged because of this process, because they know exactly step by step how to respond to their unhealthy choices by facing their sin and turning to God and confessing and repenting. And they broke the binge eating cycle with grace. They went through the process and they ended up feeling forgiven, feeling free and motivated to make healthy choices, not ashamed. You cannot shame yourself into good behavior. But I also just want to remind you that you are a child of God and you can never fail badly enough to be out of the reach of His grace, right? You don't have to be ashamed of your past choices because we have a Savior who came and died for you. If you have confessed and repented, Jesus paid it all for you. And so
Amen. Amen.
And so when you don't have it in you, like you were talking about, you choose to lean into God, because where our strength fails, His is always more than enough to carry us through. And that's just how Christianity works. And we love to help you make that come alive in your weight loss, because a lot of times we don't apply those general principles of Christianity that we know to your weight loss journey. And there are so many ways to do that. We just get so passionate about this.
Absolutely. That is like the thing we are most passionate about. And it is such a foundational principle of everything we do at Faithful Finish Lines. So, all right, we want to go right into our first giveaway. We are going to give away a $25 Amazon gift card to somebody who comments in the comments in the next few minutes. Becky and I, we like to give away stuff. We just think it's really fun. We love to do this Jumpstart challenge. We gave it away to 3,000 women with our Faithful Finish Lines 2.0 members. We really love to give them some special stuff. So we'll do special giveaways. Every once in a while, we might do like a 48-hour challenge or a weekend challenge just for some extra fun and motivation. So here's how you can win. In the comments right now, answer this question. What have you learned from tracking calories or from keeping a food log? So answer in the comments below, what have you learned from tracking calories or keeping a food log? And Tiffany, who is in the comments, will be drawing one of you from those comments, and we will announce the winner here in just the next few minutes.
Yes, absolutely. But like Sarah said, we are trying to jam pack this video full of value for you. So we're going to go on while you answer. So while you are responding to Sarah's question for the giveaway, we wanted to address another couple of questions that came up pretty frequently in the challenge, because I had the audacity to challenge you to set MyFitnessPal to only lose a half a pound a week. And
Becky, how dare you?
I know so many of you did not like that. So Sharon said, you told us to set our calorie goal to losing half a pound per week. That means I would only lose 2 pounds by Thanksgiving. I want to lose at least 5 pounds by then. And Kim said, I set MyFitnessPal to lose 1 pound per week because half a pound just isn't motivating enough.
Yes. So I definitely could have jumped in and answered this question, but I more wanted you to hear some of the answers from our Faithful Finish Lines 2.0 current members and how they would respond. So because they were just like you, and when they came into our program, they were like, what do you mean slow weight loss? I don't want slow weight loss. I want this weight gone, and I wanted it gone yesterday. So here's what some of them had to say. So Marilyn M. said, I would say slow is better than not at all. I have found that the slow pounds stay off much longer. I didn't put the weight on overnight, so I can't expect it to drop quickly. Besides, I'm learning all the time how to keep it off. Julie G. said, the weight did not appear overnight or even in a week. A diet is short-lived. Changing a lifestyle is for a lifetime. Tiffany M. said, quick weight loss sounds like a better plan, but experience has taught me that fast loss is not sustainable. Every time I lose too fast, the pounds come back with friends. Since learning how to lose slowly, the weight is staying off. If you want to lose the weight for life, slow is the way to go. Then Rhonda A. said, weight loss opens the door for our testimony. Even this weight loss brings glory to God. I truthfully tell people I can't do this alone. It is only through God, and He wants to change our lifestyle and choices. That is usually slow but lasting.
That's amazing. Those are such great answers and so insightful and so helpful, because we can tell you until we're blue in the face that setting it to half a pound works long term, but it helps so much to hear it from people who have gone through it and been there, and they're doing it right now. So Tiffany, whenever you get a winner, go ahead and text it to me, and I will announce that. But until then, I'm going to keep going. And do you want to read the next question, Sarah?
I will definitely do that. And then actually we could go back to, I think we've got time to look at a few comments and see what people said.
Oh gosh, the comments are coming in like wildfire. My goodness, you guys learned a ton. So you learned that your eating habit, Dawn is in our program, and she says she's learned her eating habits have significantly improved since joining Faithful Finish Lines, and she doesn't slip back into her old habits when she stops. Let's see. Jolene says calories add up quick. It holds me accountable to not overeat when I track. Sandy said I've learned to track the day before to help me keep me on track.
Yes, pre-tracking. Yes.
Melrose said I found out tracking my food helps me make good choices. Charlene says I have to track everything, and sometimes that hurts. Charlene, that trading guilt for grace, I'm telling you, it changes everything. Barb says tracking calories equals truth, and truth sets me free of guessing.
Amen.
That's amazing.
Amen.
Yes. And then Carolyn says that if I track, I will lose some weight, and if I don't track, I don't lose. Cindy says I overestimate the portion size of many foods, and I need to measure to stay accurate. Chrissy eats out of boredom at night. You are not alone in that, Chrissy. I know so many women struggle with that. And they just keep on coming in. And okay, we have a winner.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So Tiffany chose Sharon Wright. You are the winner of a $25 gift card.
Congratulations.
So Sharon, if you could please send us an email at support@faithfulfinishlines.com, we will get you all set up with your gift card. Okay.
That sounds great. So again, if you're just joining us, we had a fabulous Jumpstart. We just gave away an Amazon gift card. We're going to be announcing an exclusive bonus here in just a few minutes. The circles on the back wall behind us are our Faithful Finish Lines members, our 2.0 members who we love and we pray for. So this is really like our prayer wall, the people that Becky and I pray for. We've had a bunch of women join us just over the last few days, and we would love to have you join us too. All right, so here's the next question that came up quite often in the Jumpstart. It says, I'm trying to make a decision about Faithful Finish Lines 2.0. I have spent so much money on weight loss, Noom, Weight Watchers, and more. And that's from Cheryl S.
So, Cheryl, we know that so many of you have had that exact same experience paying for program after program after program. And heck, Sara and I have done the same thing. Gosh, we can't even count how many programs we've tried. And I did all the ab belts. I did everything. And so, again, like Sara said earlier, I could answer your question, but I would so much rather use some of our members' words to explain their experience with it. Because we wrote the program. We love it. We're head over heels in love with it. But let me tell you, if you haven't seen Nancy's video, Nancy's one of our members who has lost 70 pounds in the program in the last year. And so I want to take something that she said in her video that really answers this really well. So Nancy said, you kept saying 10 stages and then it would take about a year. And I thought, gosh, that's what I need. That's exactly what I need. I need some stick-to-itiveness to try to make it through a year. And so when you started to share what it was going to cost, I was just like, I just don't know if I can do that. I know this is what I need. And God didn't say do it or don't do it. He just said, trust me. And so I was like, okay. And then the day that you opened, it was like, you have those thoughts of, should I pay every month? Because maybe I can't do this. Maybe I can't stick to it. But God just again said, just trust me. And so I paid for a year. I was like, I'm just doing this thing. And I have not looked back. I have never stayed with any program this long, and I've just never looked back. And I know that God brought me here. I just know that this is his hand. So Cheryl, I want you to feel that way about this program. We want you to pray about this. We want you to feel confident that this is God leading you, that this is the solution that you need that will be worth every single penny. And I'll just end by saying that our program truly is one of a kind. It's not just any other weight loss program. There's literally nothing else out there like it that includes the practical tips, the spiritual encouragement, the mental healing, and all of the elements that we add. There is nothing else out there, because Sara and I know that we've done all the weight loss programs, and there's always a missing piece. And we feel like we have put together something that, the results prove it works. And so we would love to have you join us, but we want you to feel good about that as well.
For sure.
And Anne-Marie just jumped in. Anne-Marie's one of our program.
Yeah.
She's one of our members too. And she said, what Nancy said is so true. This program is so different and life-changing. Thank you so much, awesome. Anne-Marie.
Yeah. So I'm going to announce the bonus in a few minutes, but we've got a couple minutes, Becky, if you want to go ahead and read a few more comments.
Sure. Do you want me to go back to what people are learning from?
It could be from tracking.
Beverly asked, can we repeat the Jumpstart over again to keep it going? So absolutely, Beverly. Right now, the way we have it set up, you can just keep going back in. We're not going to lead you through it again right now, but you can go through it yourself as many times as you would like. So absolutely. Let's see. Mary just said, I joined, looking forward to a big change this year. We're so excited for that. Gosh, so many of you are here. It's so exciting.
It is.
Janice said, tracking is the one tool I use that almost guarantees I will lose weight. Tracking, and Nora says, tracking is important, and I know when I don't track, I'm ignoring the food. Lois says, I learned that I was eating a lot more than I realized before the Jumpstart. Tracking is helping me to think more before I eat too much, because I know I have to track honestly. Terry says, counting and tracking helps keep me accountable and absolutely motivated. It is a total eye-opener as to what and how much I stick in my mouth without even thinking about it. Lord have mercy. I love that. Oh, that's great. Peggy says, exercising self-control as a fruit of the Spirit is planning and avoiding difficult situations with needing to have willpower. So organization beats willpower. That's a good takeaway from that lesson. Sarah says, I learned I can eat so much more food than I thought, providing I made the right choices. Yes,
that
I
is
love it when that
actually
works
really
in your
true.
favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miranda said, I loved all the additional videos regarding tough love and Sarah's honesty blog. Sarah is the best at tough love. She's the best.
I have a reputation for that. It must be all the years of kids and foster care and all that stuff. I did start off as a middle school teacher too. You got to learn tough love to teach middle school.
Oh, yeah. Marianne said, I lost 50 pounds to reach my goal weight and have kept it off since 1997 using a very similar kind of program, not really in existence anymore. With these godly biblical concepts, it will work. It's all about obedience to God, acknowledging that my overeating is a sin, idolatry and gluttony, and learning to eat to God's glory. I'm sure Faithful Finish Lines will work for anyone wanting a life-changing program. Thank you so much, Marianne.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And actually, we talked I would love to hear in the comments, we talked about tracking, but what would you say was your biggest takeaway from the Jumpstart? Because there really was so much more. Tracking was something that we really focused on, but we also talked about like prayer and spiritual concepts. We talked about adding treats. We talked about how organization matters more than willpower. We talked about choosing your goal weight and how to go about doing that. You want to choose a goal weight that is attainable, but also sustainable. So in the comments below, tell us what was your biggest takeaway from the 7 days that we experienced together.
People are asking for your tough love, Sarah. Cindy says, tough love is what I need too. Jackie says, I cannot wait to experience Sarah's tough love. It definitely is going to be something I need.
Well, you got to come to 2.0 because that's where I dish out the tough love. First of all, in the stages. So we mentioned that the program has 10 stages. So each stage lasts about a month. And we have a number of lessons. They're very short, but lots and lots of them have videos. So if you have found our teaching helpful, like is in the Jumpstart, that's exactly what 2.0 is like, where we have a short lesson, a short video, and we even have printable workbooks that go with that. And so it's more of the same, leading you through a whole year of weight loss, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. And so you'll get that tough love. And then the other thing that we have as part of our program is we have weekly coaching videos. So every Tuesday afternoon, and then they're available afterwards as a replay too. Members ask their questions and we answer every single question or concern that our members have. And so we give you lots of love and grace and compassion and tough love when you need it to help you with whatever those issues are that you're currently experiencing.
Yeah. And all of you are saying you liked the scriptures daily and the affirmations. This is the first time you've asked God to help you lose the weight. The treats are doable when you plan them in. You don't pray enough when you want to binge. All of these things, the 3 Ps you loved, the organization, having someone to go through the program with, all of those elements, we give you at a higher level in 2.0. We have prayers for you. We have scriptures for you. We all are always on the road to try to honor God with our bodies all the time. All of us in the group are on that. And the group is really powerful. That having that group of encouraging women who are in it with you and struggling with a lot of the same things you're struggling with and cheering you on because they know how hard it is to get through a day tracking your calories or to resist Christmas cookies or whatever it is. They just understand. And it's just invaluable to have that kind of support.
Absolutely. And they're such wonderful women. I mean, really, actually, we hadn't planned to talk about this, but you should tell them about your baby shower, Becky.
Oh my gosh. Oh, these women. Okay. You saw the picture of my son earlier today in the group that I posted. Well, before he was born, before the pandemic hit, Sarah planned a surprise baby shower with the women in 2.0. And these virtual baby shower. Like these women are all across the globe. We had people from the UK and from Australia sending presents for my unborn child. And it was the most amazing thing ever because then the pandemic hit. So my actual in-person baby shower was canceled. And it was a surprise baby shower. I was shocked. I had tears streaming down my face and we barely needed to buy anything because these ladies just showered us with things that we needed and prayers and like words. Marilyn, if you're on here, like she wrote this beautiful poem about angels and me being an angel for him. And I get choked up just thinking about it. Choked up.
After this video, Becky, you'll have to share some pictures in the group so people can see from the baby shower. Yeah, I think they would really love that. It was really fun. It was our privilege. I just share that to tell you about the wonderful community of support that we have among our 2.0 members. So, okay, I cannot keep it a secret anymore. I've got to tell the bonus.
It's good time for it.
Yeah, like I said, we've never done this before, so we're really, really excited about this. But we have a special bonus that is only available for the next couple of hours. It is called the Jumpstart VIP Exclusive Experience. Did I get that right, Becky?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we've never offered this before, and it's only available if you join Faithful Finish Line's 2.0 membership right now, and it's going to be available until midnight. And then at midnight tonight, it goes away, and we will never offer this bonus again. So actually, here, I've got a little thing so you guys can see it. There we go.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Yeah. My technology.
Fancy.
I'm very proud of myself when I managed to get it to work. Becky's the technology guru. I just do my best. So the way this is going to work with this bonus is whoever joins in the next couple of hours, that small group of people, Becky and I are going to meet with that small group over Zoom, and we'll help you with the technology and all that stuff to give you personalized attention and prayer, just that small group of people. We will also give you practical tips for your weight loss. So we will ask you, what's the hardest thing for you for weight loss? What do you struggle with? Where are you at? What's your story? And then we will give you that personalized one-on-one attention, and we will personally pray for you for your weight loss. We really want to give you that jumpstart, keep the jumpstart going, and give you that foundation you need to have such wonderful success with the Faithful Finish Lines 2.0 program. So that's what we are going to give you with this Jumpstart.
And the reason that this is so valuable, along with the coaching calls, the weekly coaching calls in our group, is because you guys know, if you have been like the people earlier, like Cheryl earlier, who talked about doing program after program, you know that there's no one size fits all. And so if you're anything like I would join a program and be like, well, that's great for them, but they don't go to school full time. They don't work full time. They don't have a husband who loves eating junk food next to them. They love to exercise, so they don't get how hard it is to get out and exercise. So the thing is, we custom fit our answers for you. So when you tell us, man, I'm really struggling, my husband's eating junk food next to me every night, we have a list full of tips for you. And that is what the beauty of this Jumpstart VIP exclusive experience is custom fitting this for you so that you feel empowered, so that you're like, okay, they get it. I can do this. This was stopping me before. They just gave me all of these tips to overcome that. I can do this. So not only the practical tips, but prayer. Those are the two most powerful things ever. You can't really have one without the other. Of course, you can pray without practical tips, but you know what I mean? Like, prayer has to be lived out in your life. Those things have to come to fruition. And so the combination of those two is a powerful, powerful thing. And this is how we custom fit this to your life and your weight loss and your struggles, which is so, so, so big.
Mm-hmm. So I know that Tiffany's put the link in the comments, and you can grab it there. But if you join Faithful Finish Line's membership right now, you will get that exclusive bonus, that Jumpstart exclusive time with Becky and I to really, really make this a great experience for you. And it's only until midnight. You got to join by midnight tonight to get that.
So Mary Beth asked, can we be a part of this if we join Faithful Finish Lines during our Jumpstart this week already? Yep. Mary Beth, we've got you recorded on a list. You're all set to go.
Yep. Anybody who joined during this Jumpstart up until midnight tonight will be allowed to be part of that exclusive experience.
Yes, definitely. Bonnie asked, is this also available for Faithful Finish Lines members that completed the Jumpstart?
We'll get back to you on that, Bonnie. If you're not part of the exclusive experience, we'll offer something similar to ongoing members.
Yeah. Melissa said, Zooming with these ladies is really great. It feels so good to talk to them and each other and hear from others too. It really helps the community come together. And Melissa is one of our finishers, which means she's gone through all stages of the course. And we offer what we call the finishers course, which basically dives even deeper into all of the things that we teach you in the 10 stages. And it helps you with weight loss maintenance so that you can maintain this weight loss for the rest of your life. And so it's small groups that we offer a monthly Zoom call with, and it's small groups. So yeah, Melissa, we've had so much fun Zooming with her once a month too.
Yeah, we're really excited about our finishers program because what that means is you do the 10 stages and then you still get ongoing support, because so many people have said to me like, okay, I can lose weight, but it's the keeping it off that's the issue. And I totally get it. I had lost 40 or 50 pounds many, many times over until this final time. And when I first lost my 100 pounds, I felt like I was kind of going it on my own. I don't know other people who've lost 100 pounds. Really, it's since meeting Becky and having this partnership that I have somebody that we can, really talk about it with. And I'm part of Weight Watchers, which is a great program. But, there's not a ton of specific support for those of us who have lifetime membership. So that was really important to us to offer something as part of our program to help you not just lose the weight, but maintain the weight for the rest of your life. So when you have access to Becky and I, you have two women who have been maintaining. I've been maintaining for over 15 years. Becky's been maintaining for many years, and I really admire what she's doing now because she had a baby, she gained weight, she's losing it again. And in front of all of us, she's allowing us into that experience so we can see how she's doing it, what she's doing. I mean, that's really just such a benefit that you have our experience to help you with maintaining. So we're really excited about our finishers program.
Hey, Marianne has a great question. We hadn't considered that yet. So she asked, do you offer the finishers program to people who are already at their goal weight? I've maintained it for many years, but still have to battle daily, hourly. So having more help for maintenance is really more what I need. Yeah, I think we can work. You're the first person who's asked us for that. So I think that we could work something out with you, Marianne.
Yeah, send us an email and Becky and I will talk about it and see what we could do, but we'd definitely love to have you. And I totally hear where you're coming from. Like you said, I mean, there isn't a whole lot about maintenance. And so that's why we really feel like this sets our program apart, that we have that aspect available. And Becky and I are living it out. We're living it. And so we know how it is.
Yeah. Barb asked, how did you meet? Do you want to give her the condensed version, Sara?
Yeah, I'll do a condensed version. So I had started Faithful Finish Line several years prior. I had some different personal trainers who were working with me, but more just kind of under me while I was running it. And I was looking for someone. I found Becky on Pinterest, but really it's totally a God thing. It's totally a God thing. And we joined together and it's truly a partnership. It's the two of us equally running Faithful Finish Lines. And it's been beautiful. I mean, we have a great partnership as business partners, but we're also really good friends.
Yeah, we talk a lot every day.
Almost every day. And we got to meet in person for the first time. How long ago has it been?
A year ago, last October.
A year ago.
Yeah.
But we actually were business partners for the longest time before that. And we were even a little nervous, like, what's this going to be like? And as soon as we got together, it was like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
we're like best friends.
It was like we'd known each other forever.
I know. And then we've met again in Colorado this summer in person, and we still talk all the time. I mean, it is truly just, I can't even say enough what a God thing it is, and the way we balance each other out, where one has strengths, the other has weaknesses, and vice versa. And so we completely play off of our strengths, and it's been amazing, truly amazing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So Susan also jumped in and she said, I would be interested in the finishers membership.
Okay,
8
yeah.
years now at goal, now 10 pounds below goal. Maintaining is hard. Susan,
It
send us
is.
an email. We'd like to stay
Yeah.
in touch and we'll work something out for you.
Yeah, we'll definitely work something out. Okay. Yeah. Do you have some more comments you want to share?
Marianne just asked, what's the story behind purple as your color choice?
Oh, honestly, it's the logo that I had designed, and we've just gone with it.
We like it.
Colors.
It's
Yeah,
pretty.
we like it. It works. Okay, we are going to move into our rapid fire weight loss questions. So
All
this
right.
is 10 questions in 10 minutes. It's okay if it's not exactly 10 minutes, but these are all questions that you had asked either during the Jumpstart or when we asked for questions during the live Q&A. And We cannot get to all of the questions you asked. You guys had so many really good questions. But what I will say is in our Faithful Finish Lines 2.0, we answer all of our members' questions. Our members are our VIPs, and we definitely answer all those questions. But we'll get to some that we got over and over. So let's see. I think the first one is me to read, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Here we go. This is from Ann T. What are your thoughts, suggestions, and experiences about not eating enough calories in a day? I find that the more I work out in a day, the less hungry I am. Sometimes near the end of the day, I'm in a deficit of between 200 to 300 calories, and I'm just not craving any more food, and I feel full. Do you listen to your body, or do you force yourself to eat those calories? I also wanted to note that on my days off from work, I am ravenous. I have been under or hitting my calories for the last 2 weeks, but I'm worried that the wheels will fall off like they have so many times in the past. Thank you and bless you for your commitment to your health and to us all.
Oh, thank you so much. So we do want you to learn to listen to your bodies. So if you are balancing a few hundred calories fewer on the days that you work out and a few hundred calories more on the days off, then as long as your average is still giving you a calorie deficit, that's great. We don't want you under eating. So if it were any more than those few hundred, and if you weren't describing like a little bit up and down to balance it out, I might be concerned. We don't want you roller coaster eating a ton and then not eating at all. And we also don't want you under eating regularly, but it sounds like what you're doing is just fine.
The one thing I would say as somebody who does exercise a lot, that you mentioned you're very ravenous on your off days. To me, that makes me think you need to eat a little bit more on the days that you exercise. And it could even be, like Becky said, just a couple hundred calories. And I would focus on fat. Maybe you're not eating enough fat and protein.
Yep. Great. All right, next question. Rebecca G says, when planning and needing 350 calories at either end of the day because of medication dosing, is there a sensible way of budgeting the remainder of the day when the fear of too many calories at bedtime is looming?
Great question. So to me, this is where pre-tracking comes in, where you pre-track the night before. If you know that end of the day, you have to have 350 calories for medication, and that's what you typically eat, track that first. Then take the remaining calories and just divide it out. So I like to see people eat approximately the same amount of calories, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then the remaining as snacks. And the reason I say that is a lot of us tend to really under eat calories at breakfast. We want to save and hoard those calories for the end of the night, but that's what can lead to the overeating. So if you're eating about 300 calories at night before bed, then I would love to see you eating at least 300 to 400 calories for your dinner, for your breakfast, and then kind of fill in with the rest there.
All right.
Okay. Do I read the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is from Amy S. And she said, my question is what to do when you're following your plan, but very hungry. I think the answer is to adjust eating to include more protein.
So I'll say you're right. A little hunger when you are just starting to shift your eating habits is okay. That's really normal in the beginning. If you're used to eating a lot more, sometimes you can stretch your stomach size out so your stomach starts expecting more food. But as you eat the healthy amount for your body, that will slowly shrink down. And so you might have a little hunger along the way. But the reason that we recommend the half pound is because we don't want you to feel so hungry. We don't want you to feel really hungry, starving, especially because that's what's going to drive you to overeat. So absolutely alter your plan. Protein is so important to weight loss, especially at breakfast. So like you said, I would definitely include more protein, but don't forget about healthy fats too. I know that they're a little bit scary because they're higher in calorie, but they are really important for your body to function correctly, and they help you stay full longer too.
Okay. Do I read the next one or do you? I think
I read the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
We're gonna get this.
Yeah. We're not used to taking turns for rapid
No,
fire.
I know. We usually do them all. Yeah.
Okay. So Chrissy S says, I'm wondering why when I follow the plan, exercise, and drink half my body weight in water, that I still gain a pound. This happens to me all the time. It is so discouraging. I've been losing and gaining the same 2 pounds for months. Any advice?
Yes, I do have advice for you. So now's where the tough love is going to come in a little bit, Chrissy. If you had just told me like, oh, just every once in a while for the 1 week, I'll gain a pound. Okay, that's one thing. Our body weight fluctuates, and sometimes what we do isn't reflected at the scale right away. But when you tell me that you've been gaining and losing the same weight for 2 months, what that says is you're eating too many calories. So that's really just the answer to it. You need to reduce your calories. Now, we don't want you to reduce it a lot. Start by just reducing it by 50 calories a day. And if you don't really see progress, reduce it by 100 calories a day. And this is an area where you might be saying, but I'm not overeating. There's no possible way I'm overeating. What I encourage you to do is pray, open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Show me where I'm overeating, how I can do this in a way that's still satisfying. I can still have some treats, but I can honor the body that you've given me, and so that I can lose weight. But you're eating too many calories if you're not losing weight over time.
Yep.
Okay, Linda M., do you recommend eating 3 times a day?
So this really depends on the person and your preferences. Some people prefer eating just 3 meals a day. I prefer to have a morning and afternoon snack on top of that most days. I do, however, recommend that you make breakfast a priority. I know it's almost like a controversial thing to say these days with intermittent fasting out there, but honestly, the research shows that people who lose a lot of weight and keep it off eat breakfast. And that is absolutely true for Sarah and I. So whether it's 3 meals a day, or you have 1 snack or two snacks, or even 3 snacks if it fits into your calories, that's totally up to you and personal preference. It's really just keeping your overall calories there. And you want to make sure, like I said, to not get overly hungry in between. So if you're starving in between your meals, you might want to add a snack in there. All right. Peggy M says, my FitnessPal set me to 2,000 calories to begin with, and now I am down to 1,670. I guess as you lose weight, the calories must drop automatically?
Yes, the sad reality of weight loss, but this is how it is. As you lose weight, your calorie needs will go down. If you're doing Weight Watchers, your points go down because a larger body needs more calories simply to move through space, simply to get about your day. So as you lose weight, you need fewer calories. And that's part of why sometimes people have weight loss plateaus, is because they're still eating the same amount of calories, but their body doesn't need that many. So as you lose weight, your calories go down.
Yep.
Okay, next question. Shelly S. says, does weight fluctuate?
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So there are a ton of reasons for weight fluctuations, but they're totally normal. They happen to everybody. It's mostly due to water retention, but it could be for a variety of reasons. It could be hormones shifting. It could be eating a higher sodium meal. The list goes on and on. But weight fluctuations don't necessarily mean you're gaining and losing fat. So the goal on a weight loss journey is to lose the fat, because the water weight will keep going like this for forever. So remember that weight loss is not linear. I cannot say that. I wish I could say that, like yell it on the mountaintops until I was blue in the face. Everybody expects I'm going to start at this number, and then it's just going to go like this. My weight loss journey was like this. And you go up and you go down, and then all of a sudden, like, you see trends over time, and that's what we're going for, is trends over time. But yes, your weight will fluctuate throughout the week. That's why I recommend weekly weigh-ins, not daily weigh-ins, because they drive me batty. But yes, normal.
Totally normal.
All right. Vivian says, must I eat even if I'm not hungry?
Generally speaking, no. We absolutely don't want you to force yourself to eat. However, if you are finding that a lot of times you're drastically eating less than what your calorie goal is, maybe we'd like to see you add some more calories, because of what you learned in this Jumpstart, especially like with adding treats. We don't want you to binge. Sometimes we think that we need to be good, and so we eat so few calories to try to lose weight quickly. That's not really the goal. So if you're continuing to be way under your calorie goal many, many days in a row, then we're going to encourage you to eat, especially fat. I don't know about you, but I can eat a day's worth of calories with peanut butter and a spoon in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
So it's really not that hard to add calories. Hello, that's why all of us are here. So, a little bit of peanut butter, cooking in some olive oil, adding a little bit of avocado can usually very quickly get you up to your calories for the day without making you overly full.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm. Okay, so are you reading the next one then? Or
Can
am
you
I?
read Pam F's question?
Sure. Okay. So she says, why do you recommend a half a pound a week when it can be healthy to lose more than that per week?
Yeah, great question. We've kind of already addressed it. And it's absolutely still healthy to lose more than a pound a week. It's not that you're harming your body by losing more weight every week. A lot of you, when we asked you to set it to half a pound, a lot of you were losing 4 or 5 pounds.
Did you
this
guys
week.
notice that? Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. Our recommendation for a half a pound a week is more about sustainable weight loss than healthy weight loss. We want you to keep this weight off for life. And so we just know that oftentimes when women restrict their calories more severely to lose weight faster, that they can lose weight, some weight really quickly, and it feels really good, right? But then it's much more likely for them to gain it back, and pretty quickly usually. So we want you to make the small changes that you can keep making long term, because that's how you'll keep the weight off for life.
Definitely.
All right. So Jamie C says, I am still torn between intermittent fasting through breakfast. I hear breakfast is so good for you, but I tried intermittent fasting for a couple of weeks off and on, and it got me really good results.
Okay, more honesty, not really tough love, just my honest opinion. And this is Becky's opinion as well. I know that intermittent fasting is really popular right now. I personally am not really a big fan. And my reason for that is that if you have any history at all of binge eating, compulsively overeating, doing really well all week, and then like sort of blowing it on the weekends, doing really well for weeks at a time, and then like blowing it when you go on vacation, being on diet, on the wagon, off the wagon, which does that sound familiar to any of you? I have a feeling it's like 99.9% of the people watching this video and in this group, right? And that was totally me. If you have that history, if you have those tendencies, intermittent fasting is probably not a good idea for you. And for me, I had a history of serious binge eating, which is really like an eating disorder. Intermittent fasting is not recommended for people like us. So if you have any of those behaviors, I just really don't think it's that good of an idea. We also know, like Becky mentioned earlier, that the scientific research shows that people who lose weight and keep it off eat breakfast. The National Weight Control Registry, which is a study of people who've lost weight and kept it off. I was actually a member for many years. Like, it's crazy high. Like 75% of the people in that program eat breakfast. So I know it works for some people. If it works for you and you have no issues with binge eating, you have no issues with black and white thinking and eating and being on off, then go for it. But generally speaking, I think for most people like us, I think intermittent fasting is not the best idea for you.
Ooh, interesting. Anne Marie is one of our members, and she just popped in and said, I recently tried intermittent fasting and had great results in the beginning, but the binging came back and it was horrible for a couple of weeks. Back to eating 3 meals and snacks a day and losing again. Sarah and Becky know what they're talking about.
We do have a little bit of practice in this area.
Because we've made all the mistakes already. We did it for you.
Exactly.
All right. Do you want a couple of rapid fire comments from the comment?
I was just going to say that was our 10 questions in 10 minutes. How'd we do? I wasn't looking super
I didn't look at the time either.
I think we did good, Becky.
I think we can fit a couple more in.
Yeah, we definitely can.
So Patty asks, should you stop eating at a certain time at night?
No, you don't have to. There's like a really small amount of research that might say it might benefit you a little bit. I do think there is something to be said for following the circadian rhythm, that the more you can get away from eating when it's dark, I do think there's benefit to that. The other reason there's benefit to that is not a whole lot good happens after 10 p.m. when it comes to food, you guys, okay?
So
I mean, are you really sitting at 10 o'clock at night eating a grilled chicken breast and broccoli? No, you're eating ice cream, you're eating chips, you're eating candy, you're eating cookies, you're eating it in front of the TV mindlessly. So I will tell you that for both Becky and I, we've really gotten away from nighttime eating. Both of us really don't eat much at night. And if we do, we're careful about it. And in fact, I really try to eat my junk food during the day for that reason. I used to be a huge nighttime eater. But from a calorie perspective, you can eat anytime you want. As long as you're eating fewer calories than you burn, you will lose weight.
Absolutely. Cindy says, how do you figure out how much protein you need?
If you're using MyFitnessPal, they will give you those numbers. So they give you the percentage and the breakdown, and you can manipulate that. But if you just go with what they give you, that'll give you a good head start.
Yeah. And I mean, you'll find different recommendations in different places. Some people say take 0.8 and multiply it by your weight or whatever. But honestly, it's just easier to go by the recommendations on MyFitnessPal.
The one thing I will say is there is some research that says eating 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast will help you the whole entire day not to overeat. And in fact, it can really help with nighttime overeating. It's almost like if you don't eat enough at breakfast, your body is like constantly trying to catch up throughout the day, and it can never quite catch up. So the one place I would encourage you to pay attention, because we're not super strict about macros and all that kind of stuff, but that is the one place where I would encourage you to start to pay attention, because that's a lot of protein, actually, especially if you're eating things like cereal. There's no way you're not coming anywhere close to that. So just be mindful of it and try it and see if it helps you.
Okay, last rapid fire question.
Okay.
How much water should you aim for each day?
6 to 8 glasses. I don't think, here's another one where I tend to buck the trend a little bit. I don't think you need to flood yourself with water. I think that makes us feel good, like we're doing something. And you do want to make sure that you're hydrated, fully hydrated. It can help weight loss to make sure that you're fully hydrated, but chugging like 20 cups of water a day is not going to help you lose weight. The way to lose weight is to eat fewer calories than you burn. I want to add one other question too,
go
Becky.
for it.
I'll ask you this. I don't have a specific wording in front of me, but what about exercise?
Okay, so we love exercise. Sara and I both try to exercise regularly. Sara's amazing and does taekwondo and all kinds of stuff. But here's the thing. When it comes to weight loss, it should not be your first defense against weight loss. We love it. It's healthy. It's great for your body. But we all only have a certain amount of energy to focus on every day. And we want you to focus most on the things that are going to get you the results first. So with weight loss, you have to be eating fewer calories than you burn. With exercise, it gets a little bit tricky because we get all energized when we see MyFitnessPal or the elliptical trainer tell us you just burned 500 calories on the last 10 minutes. And those are notoriously bad for overestimating the calories that you burn. And so a lot of people tend to eat those back, and then they gain weight and they say, but I'm exercising. How can I be gaining weight back? Because you're overeating still, even though the numbers try to add up, you're overeating. And so, we do recommend exercise. It's part of our program, but it's not until stage 7 in our program. So 7 months into your weight loss journey that we really want to make that your focus.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead, Sara.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I was just is it okay if I jump to the next thing?
Yeah, I think let's do it. Yep.
All right. Okay. So all of you out there, I just want to remind you that your weight loss journey is about so much more than just your weight. When you arrive at your goal weight, it is not about your pant size or the number on the scale anymore. Like this whole thing, the reason we're so passionate about it, we don't care a lick about how skinny you are, how you look. This is about glorifying God with your body. It's about having more energy, feeling good and purposeful when you wake up in the morning. It's about overcoming the sin in your life of overeating and emotional eating and binge eating, and feeling confident that you can make good, nourishing, enjoyable, yes, enjoyable too, eating decisions in any situation that you are in life, whether you're going to Christmas parties or you're going out to eat or you're on vacation. We teach you how to navigate all of those situations. It's about growing in all of the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. All of those things, they help you lose weight, but they also spill over into every single area of your life. So as you lose weight and you grow in the fruit of the Spirit, you're going to notice that your marriage improves, your parenting improves, your ministry, your finances, your work, they all improve. You are going to feel strong and confident in your identity in Christ, knowing that your worth and your value is without a doubt rooted and solid, and nothing that you can do or not do can change that at all. You are going to experience more freedom and more grace as you choose to live within the healthy boundaries that are good for your unique body. And you can do this. You can do hard things, and it will feel amazing. We are here at the Faithful Finish Line telling you it feels amazing.
Oh, it really, really does. So just one more reminder, we would love to have you join us in Faithful Finish Line's 2.0 membership. If you join right now up until midnight, at midnight is the cutoff, you can join us for that exclusive Jumpstart bonus where Becky and I are going to meet with you with a small group of women. We are going to help you with any weight loss issues that you're having. We're going to talk about your weight loss story and why you're here now. We're going to get you off to a great start. And best of all, we are going to pray for you. I mean, when have you had that kind of access to two women who have lost 100 pounds each and have kept it off for many years? We are here to support you. And most of all, to pray for you, to help you grow in faith, grow spiritually, lose this weight and keep it off, because we know that you can do that. So we're just really excited about this bonus. I can't wait to meet with the women that join tonight. I think it's going to be so much fun. So exciting. So we're going to be closing with prayer very soon. I don't know if we want to maybe read just a couple more comments if we've got some, and then we'll close with prayer. This has been an awesome experience. The Jumpstart has been awesome. This video tonight has been awesome. We're going to be here with you in the Christian Weight Loss Group over the next few days. We would really love to have you join us in Faithful Finish Line's 2.0 membership. And tonight is the time to join when you can be part of that exclusive small group with us.
Absolutely. So Peggy says it's about living in the freedom of Christ. Donna says, amen. I'm so thankful that God brought you into my life. Thank you, Donna. Chrissy said, that's me. Barbara says her phone keeps freezing up. Will you be able to see this later? Yes, you absolutely will be. Patty asked, how do you determine how many calories you should eat daily? Go back to the Jumpstart, Patty. We cover that and we have videos to walk you through it. And let's see. Tiffany's on it too. Thanks, Tiffany. Mary says, sorry, I'll miss it. Gotta go. You can watch it later, Mary. Miranda says, thank you and bless you both. Marianne has to go to her online Bible study. Have fun, Marianne. So those are most of the comments coming in, but I think I'm going to go ahead and close us out with prayer.
Sounds great.
All right. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for every woman on here. It looks like, 72 women are on here at this very moment, and we are just overwhelmed by their commitment to honoring you in their eating and their exercise and just glorifying you with their bodies, Lord. And I just ask you to bless every single one of these women. I ask you to show them, to give them wisdom. Is our program the right fit for them? Or maybe it's not right now, or maybe it's not a good fit for them. But Lord, I ask you that you help them not make this decision out of fear, but make it based on you and your leading in their life. Let them come to you and prayerfully ask for your guidance, not out of fear, but in confidence that they can know, like, this is like, I'm struggling in this area, but this is what I need. And just trust you, Lord, that you'll help the finances and all of their fear of failure, all of the fears that come up in us, Lord, that you would just address each and every one of those as they come up in these women. But even if women don't join our program, Lord, we just pray. We just ask that you bless their weight loss journeys. They have worked really hard over the last 7 days, and their results show it. And we're so excited on that. And Lord, Sarah and I know how easy it is to get on a high of a challenge and then feel a little empty afterwards because that group and the support and the excitement is gone. And we ask you to just keep that motivation going. And each and every one of these ladies, give them their why, show them why they're losing weight, the big reasons, the life-changing reasons. Help them picture themselves at their goal weight. Help them see the victory that they have in you and not feel defeated and not feel shameful about any of their past decisions. Let them confront their sin of overeating head on, and let them just surrender their bodies and their lives and their eating and their exercise up to you, Lord. and trust that your power works best in our weakness. And so, Lord, acknowledging it is not a sign of weakness. Acknowledging our weakness in you is a sign of strength. And we just love that you work that way, Lord. We love that you come through for us always, that you are our rock that we can depend on in everything, and that you care about every detail of our lives, including our eating, including counting calories, including these tiny details. And we ask you to strengthen these women in confidence, in courage, in perseverance and endurance as they do these hard things, and help them each to become an overcomer, Lord. We love you so much. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Oh, this has been great. This has been so good. Thank you so much to all of you who joined us tonight. This has been great. And, as we close out, I think the one thing I want you to know is that we love you, we care about you, and you are not alone. Whether you join Faithful Finish Line's 2.0 membership, which we would absolutely love to have you there, or not. We care about you deeply. And I know that this has been a tough time of isolation and stress for so many of us, but please know that, the bonds we have together as Christian women transcend time and space, because God transcends time and space. And so we are here together with you and supporting you every step of the way.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for being here. We just appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.